probably the biggest pulp culture news ever, I would say. Bruce Jenner becoming Caitlyn Jenner.
Yes.
What are Ben Mulroney's thoughts on this whole wonderful transformation?
Well, I think has done a really great public service in sort of the realm of education. There are a lot of people who could not and still are wrapping their heads around the concept of the fluidity of gender. Rather the fluidity of sex. Sex is fluid, gender is not, and how one can be born with a particular sex, am I getting this right? Particular sex, but their or particular gender, but their sex does not match up. And we've been wrestling with it as well on our show about, well, if we're referencing Caitlyn in the past when she was Bruce, do we refer to her as Bruce? And there is a whole guide that's coming up about it. And I think what's really interesting is between Laverne Cox on Orange is the New Black and now Caitlyn Jenner, the education of the public and the awareness that is growing in the public, I think, is happening at an accelerated pace. We are already talking about transgender rights in a much more mature way than we did. It took a lot longer to get to this point when referencing gay rights than it is in this case. This case, we seem to be. It might be social media. I don't know what's causing it. But it seems like the pace has accelerated. And for me, that's a good thing. I know that there are people out there who are still uncomfortable, and I don't think there's anything wrong. I don't think those people should be chastised. I think there are certain people who take a longer time to understand certain things and to come around to them. But I think people are coming around at a pretty fast clip on this one, and I think that's a sign of positive things.
Yeah, and I agree with you too. It's definitely the communication we now have because of the social media, and it brings everyone together. And I also agree with your sentiments, Ben, about how, it's okay that some people might take a little bit more time to adjust it. But what I don't agree with, and you must see this all the time, where people get so harsh on the social medias, on the Twitters, on the Facebooks, and will write like #disgusting to this going on. Don't they know that they're that their face is sort of public and it could affect them?
I have to assume that people who do that, it's like getting a neck tattoo. If you get a neck tattoo, you've decided you're never going to work in a bank. You don't want to work in a bank, so that's fine. So you can get a neck tattoo. And these people have decided, if they are going to be that kind of way in social media, they've decided that their social growth is ending at a certain point, that they don't need to live in a broader world beyond whatever boundaries they're living in. And if that's fine with them, that's fine with me. If they don't want to experience the world beyond whatever bubble they're living in, then keep writing stuff like that, because you're not going to be invited out into the broader world. You're not going to meet people beyond the people who challenge you as far as they challenge you today. You're not going to grow as a person. You're not going to be asked to think really hard. You're just going to stay where you are. And if being stagnant is the way you want to live your life, well, we have social Darwinism for that. So you're going to die out at some point. You're going to be replaced by somebody who's thinking a little harder.
Hey, what's up? I'm Roddy. Subscribe to our channel. You're going to love it. For the rest of this episode, you got to check out our podcast online on the website. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed.